WMBF News at 5.
Here we are back talking about breast cancer prevention and breast cancer numbers in our area. Joining me is Dr. Emily Touloukian from Coastal Cancer Center. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
When you put a number on the severity of this, and when we talk about some of the details in it, it really kind of hits home. And we're going to get to those numbers in a second. 30 or so deaths just in Horry County for breast cancer. But let's jump back a little bit and talk about what the most commonly diagnosed form of breast cancer is here.
Well, in South Carolina, as nationwide, breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer in women.
And specifically, new female breast cancer cases diagnosed last year. When we're talking new cases, roughly how many numbers are we talking about?
A little more than 3,000 women.
Wow, and that's in South Carolina?
That's in South Carolina.
And take a look at some of these numbers, too. And when you put a face on it like this, it really kind of hits home, and I think that's what the goal is, to talk about this. Let's first just go over those numbers. So about 3,200 new cases, 614 deaths here in our state, 193 new cases, and 34 deaths right here in Horry County.
Absolutely.
When you hear these numbers and you treat these women on a daily basis, what's your reaction?
Well, when you look at the numbers, what you see is there are a lot of women diagnosed with breast cancer compared to the number of deaths. And that really emphasizes how important screening and early detection is. Because it tells us there's a lot of women living with breast cancer.
Because this really can be preventable or at least treatable, more so treatable with attention.
Yeah, with early detection, there are many more treatment options, and the disease is much more likely to be cured.
Talk about, as far as some of the research goes, and when we look at those numbers, it just hits it home so closely. When we talk about what you do, so a woman comes in and says, hey, maybe I've got a lump. I come into the Coastal Cancer Center. Kind of walk us through a little bit about what you do there.
Well, generally, if a woman has a breast mass or something is found on mammography, well, first of all, if they have a breast mass, a mammogram will be the first thing ordered, and possibly an ultrasound.
Right.
And then if it's thought necessary, a biopsy will likely be done. And that's when it's determined as to whether or not the abnormality is cancer.
Okay, and I want to throw those numbers up on screen again if we can, because it really just drives home. New female breast cancer cases in Horry County, when we look at those, 193 new cases, are these women necessarily that literally might have had no idea, first-time awareness?
Absolutely. These may have been women who went for their annual screening mammogram and had no symptoms whatsoever or signs of breast cancer.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your effort there for sure at the Coastal Cancer Center, and thanks for your information tonight.
Well, thank you.
All right. Theo?